You see, I'm making a little food right here. I got a lot of ingredients I put in it also. I was actually making this food for this guy, this kid that lived in a couple of rooms down, but I don't know. At the last minute, he said he didn't want the food, or I don't know what it was. He said he wants to go to the store and go get something. He offered, he's a cool kid. He doesn't smoke, he doesn't drink. You know, he doesn't do too much. He offered me chocolate, but I don't eat chocolate. So, I'm gonna be real though. A real good guy. I hope my wife, the astrological empress, watches over him. I hope they know the difference in the reality between me and him. I was cooking the food for him, and I was actually gonna ask while he was gonna eat the food. I was gonna ask the empress to guide him to protect him from anybody doing him wrong, and going to know the difference since I'm cooking the food for him, so she wouldn't felt that he was too much on a higher level in the physical reality if he would have ate the food and stuff because me making it is like the main empress of all space making it for you at the time. Another person won't tell you what you're being led to the higher quality of the real value of the higher existence at the time, but I don't say nothing. But anyway, but he didn't want the food, so for some reason he ate the food. So, but he's alright there. I hope you just got him. I was speaking to him about something that's real important. The reason why I made this documentary. I try to explain to him like, say a girl's in a relationship. It's just like, say for instance, a girl's in a relationship. It's like, say, I have so much children. I explained it to him too. I was like, I tried to tell him the truth. Like, you're really my child, but I don't know if you believe me or not. But you have to find out for yourself. But I try to explain to him. I was like, "Hey, man, listen. If a if a if I meet a girl and I make some sly comments to her or sexual seductive comments to her, and then she she meets my son, and then we don't deal, and then she meets my son, and my son starts dealing with her a certain type of way, but he never really goes through with anything with her, and then she meets my other son that's younger." And then she's a different girl from a different social economics, but she meets a different son of mine that's younger, and then she says, "Oh, I want to be with this one, this and the other. Your father is cool, your brother is so, but I want to be with you." And then she ends up being with my son. That would literally cause a confusion in his reality because now, me being the dad, I'm the real majesty. I'm the real majesty chi and majesty of all signatures of all Asia, of all Asia, India, Egypt, America, Russia, all the continents, Japan, Korea, Taiwan, how can I say Vietnamese, Okinawa, Philippines. I'm the literal majesty of all situations. All is me. Literally, you have to find out for yourself. Now, say for instance, Oriental, even Oriental, the majesty of all Oriental, literally. So the first original majesty, I'm the one that made Oriental. The reason that there is a habitation in an astrological tree, or the highest tree, even the super, of the reason of Oriental. I'm the one, me, Rafa, is the one that made everything. So I'm just telling you, it's just like if a person asks a question, I told you how real it is, A person wants to know their higher conscious, or your higher conscious is alive. There you go. How you doing? So now, say for instance, you know, um, the difference I put in my food and the thing, the 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 side of the pot had burned a little bit. My Tupperware, I don't know how this happened. It was probably because I had it too close by the fire. I don't know why that happened, but probably because I have annoying energies a certain type of way. That's sometimes I hear them saying the funniest things, but it's just kids that's not getting the energy of the Empress at the time. They're just trying to deter the physical reality so they can get the energy of the Empress. But my wife will figure out the fixed situation. But listen, anyway, she would just have to get rid of this sooner or later. Listen, let me tell you how real this is. Now, say for instance, I meet a girl, I make seductive comments, she ends up dealing with my first son doesn't have sexual contact with her, she ends up dealing with my other son that's younger, and then for some reason, she feels my other son is perfect for her. But even me being the leading point of physics, I already came on to her. So, she's saying she's finding her settlement inside an individual and disregarded the reason of the attraction of the physical reality even down to the consciousness. That's already letting you know something is already wrong, that she's going to manipulate my wife at a level. So she's going to try to cause controversy, and that means she's going to literally be doing what? She'll probably cause the vote in this situation. You know how people vote in social economic systems? She'll probably be the reason of an individual trying to do Illuminati, killing the family, and then voting, and then causing the deterioration of the astrological trees. Just like what I told you about my love empress and my wife Ixo on a higher level. If a person if a person's honoring the empress at a level, and then she has a real husband, and the person doesn't want her with the real husband, that's even of the family because they don't really know what's going on, and they just want to be more than on the consciousness, and they have to be an adult and grow up to realize the reality of what the situation is, and then say they start saying, you're gonna stay here, you ain't gonna be responsible. If they tell you something like that, that means that person is gonna deteriorate the higher reality. And my wife is free to do whatever she wants. This is an earth. She can do whatever she wants. So it's just she knows her place. If she chooses to know her place or not, she does know her place. But if she chooses to know her place or doesn't, my wife just let me know a certain type of way in her verbal expression in reality, in a situation a certain type of way for real. So even with her speech, the way she honors an individual at a time, and me being a real Japanese man also, I understand, and an Oriental man, I understand what she was saying to me. But I'm just gonna be real. Say for instance, my wife is serious, even either way you want to look at it. But my wife pays me tribute, and she also pays me homage. But let me show you how real this is, right? Say a person, say my wife or Ixa, they try to deteriorate her consciousness. Remember, that's lowering her mentality, destroying the consciousness. So, a chick that would want to be after a man making certain comments or seeing her or viewing her or being in an individual's economics and not realizing why she's there, it would be a person trying to cause controversy within the planet that would literally be trying to disregard the Empress. It's just like the Empress can't entertain somebody that's trying to kill her when it comes to natural habitation. That person just ignoring her reason of a social habitation and causing what they want in the social habitation is already going on. So, that's a person that's literally trying to kill. That would be a person that's trying to kill my wife, and my wife would have to know the difference. But, I don't say nothing. My wife knows I love her, so she knows the reason of my love. So my wife will know the reality. So, I'm just gonna be real with you. And I was watching the television, the basketball game, but it seems like these people, like while I was cooking the food for the guy, it seemed like this energy was already just haunting him a certain type of way. I hope he's okay. You never know what people put their hands on people and try to do funny things. So, funny situations and stuff. But something else I'm listening to, because remember I told you about the reception. Let me explain something to you. I told you about the light pole. Rebound in 26 minutes of action. This is the guy speaking also. But let me tell you, with the other chick that was saying something that they weren't supposed to be saying a certain time while I was listening to them. But let me explain something to you while I just do what I'm doing with the food, because I actually, when I cook food for somebody, usually it's for them, for their own, probably he has to realize what I'm saying, how real it is and stuff, But, it's just like, let me show you something. If a person has wonderful conduct, even when it comes to one's physical reality, and then you have another person that doesn't have wonderful conduct, that's just trying to show an individual the reason of their guidance of the physical reality. And then say like some sci-fi, that person turns into some type of animal that's walking around bare ass, barefoot, or they a certain type of way, but covered a certain type of way, trying to show as a form of dignity at a point for itself. But it's just like if a person comes in my room barefoot and with socks with certain things, you're trying to see a certain form of conduct, right? But if a person walks around with slippers, they don't got to worry about any mishaps in the physical reality to be blamed for anything because they know they kept themselves covered. And it's even better if another person tells you to keep your feet covered while you come into a person's reality. Because a person tells you, the comfortability is not like my home comfortability a certain type of way. If a person wanted to be homeless, this is not what it is. This is a difference for me. Because I'm actually, when I'm done here, I'm going to go live somewhere else and move somewhere else to be for my recovery for a little while. It's not living, but it's like a living quarters because it's just like, as I'm recovering from my conscience, it's a vacation. So I'm enjoying myself without hurting my physical reality and real recovery of the physical reality. Because of the high education. See, a person that being in international security is supposed to know the reasons of the quality of the higher education already, of one's physical habitation. And I already told individuals and informed individuals what's really going on with it. So anything else at a time, it will just be the literal end of the world depending on how a person's going about it in the habitation. So, But I'm just going to be real with you, while I was, I told you about, I was listening to this basketball game, but while the kid was sitting here, I was listening to something on television, and then I heard individuals' energy a certain type of way, and in the way they were speaking in a form of attribute. Now, let me show you how real this is. Remember I told you about the electrical current and the wire I showed you with the light outside at nighttime on the white as gold and stuff, the video is white as gold. So there was a light outside at nighttime that was screaming and sounding like some banshee call that was coming from some type of mountain or by the sea or somewhere far, far away, right? And then as I was listening to the call, I said, hey man, let me go videotape it, because when I videotape it, the receptiveness is on my phone. And then on top of it, now if I'm looking for the energy, when as I videotape it, the receptiveness is on my phone. If I'm looking for the energy now to channel it like a seance, I would hear it on a certain type of quality, even when it comes to the physics, when it comes to one's natural enlightenment or even natural foundation of one's structure of the physical reality of the explanation at a level where I can receive the receptiveness of the transmission that is already trying to tell an individual. You ever had a person speak to you in Morse code? Same thing sometimes. But it's like in a form of a seance. So me showing you that, even that when it comes to it, because it was a light on a light pole with a metal box with a light that was what wasn't on. It was just on a light pole, and it was nighttime, late night, and it sounded like it was screaming in the wind. So I knew in the level of physics there was a banshee somewhere, and then also that part of the physics was also there to show me there's something else somewhere that it wanted me to acknowledge that was far away of a certain pitch and tone and frequency to let me know it was extremely far away because the element that it was a part of already. But I had to go find it. I'm not a person that's going to go look for certain things because I own this land, and then you have international security that still got to pay me homage. So until things concerning international security, until they realize how real what they got to do as far as their habitation and the reason of them being international security, I'm not going to go look for nothing until they start paying me homage and the tribute that they're supposed to do. And the person says, why do you say that? Because because I'm the real Ra, I'm the real Ra, the real Osiris. And then on top of it, and me receiving that transmission is on the highest frequency, so you'll know exactly whatever it was saying clearly. But it would take me to acknowledge it at a certain level to realize what's going on. Just like, matter of fact, I'll tell you, that night I heard it, it started speaking about something about German soldiers, Nazi camps, and some some type of prison from before. It was letting me know there's something going on. So anyway, something that was going on. Me translating it is more than what I'm telling you in a certain type of way, but I didn't want to get into it too much. So anytime I want to hear the receptive message, I could do that. But I just don't want to get into it because, like I said, international security gotta pay me homage and they gotta pay tribute to me. Another person said, why you say that? Because it was on an electrical pole, on a light fuse, and also it was in a high habitation of a level of altitude. So they would have to pay me homage and pay tribute to me for me to tell them what it was supposed. Anyway, they're supposed to know how to conduct their physics for their education. It's just like, you ever see the men that dress up in the space suits when they're coming to it is sometimes detoxify area or going to retrieve some high acknowledgement of alien technology? Same thing. Because for them to know what's going on, I would have to know how can I say this? Tell them the receptiveness of the message, right? Malachi, the 3rd chapter in your King James Bible. First verse. Historical facts. Oh, you know who I am, right? The one of the covenant. The reason of the covenant. The first man that made all consecration, all physics. Of all social economic education, of all existence. Find out for yourself the honesty. Don't have foolish kids or stupidity people around if they're not there for refinement or for the intellectual reason of one's habitation of conscience for regard for one's intellect. And don't make my life uncomfortable because I'm comfortable. I'm really comfortable. say for instance a girl try to tell you rob your family. That's a girl. That's a girl that's gonna end up killing you. She's telling you to be stupid on drugs for stupidity. Not even a real empress. No matter what level of physics, beyond highest quantum, mega, super, astrological, celestial, and celestial inner point of enlightenment, or star clusters, astrology, constellation, sacred zodiac, space, gravity, light, sky, lightning, electricity, doesn't sense, vibration, chemistry of all seasons, the elements of all seasons. Even nourishment could even tell you that about me. That's like killing themselves. That's stupidity. A person dies is because of stupidity. They would want their life saved another type of way without having without having some remorse for the reason of this conduct or the physical reality of the choice they made. So there's a difference. Why are you going so hard on the plate? Well, because you have to see the food, you know, you have to see what I cook to know why it's so voluptuous and wonderful for one's habitation. And I cook it. So it is even extra for how real the situation is. And I am the owner of the crib. So. And I mean the crib. You gotta know the original crib. Not no funny. I'm not speaking about no funny other situation. I'm a man of peace. A man of love. The love astrological tree, be careful of the people that want to marry into the family after a while, because if they wanted to bring down the love, to take over the love for rape, murder, and pillaging, how would they go about it? Separating the original owner from the family, the reason of the dignity, and then trying to get into the family to murder them, right? Because if they're unbeatable, what could penetrate them? It has to start from the inside, right? Be careful of ignorance and negligence. Be careful example of other people that don't want you to care about your habitation or care about the reason of your conscience. Love never was dominatrix or hurtful sex. That's gluttony, greed. That's a person that's called deterioration. A person is causing deterioration. There's two forms of deterioration. There's the tear of the love of the reason of glory and honor, and then there's of the ration of the light, the high quality of the light intensity, and then there's the deterioration. A person that will cause hurtful reality. And I'm the real Ra and the real Re, but I will never cause hurtful reality, but I am one of real regard. I cause love, education, intellect without never to be ever an excuse in the future. Just like the people that I be hearing in Bill's room on the hallway sometimes, that be saying, they be making, if I was making comments, I would say I love you or type thing. I be hearing people say I hate you, stop. I be hearing people say, speaking to the wall, I can't, or he knows, or this, that, and the other, but it be coming from the hallway in Bill's room, so I just ignore the situation and stuff. So I'm like, somebody's hiding somewhere, doing magic a certain type of way. And then, hey, if they have bad intentions, you'll be able to tell by their conversation concerning an individual in the physical reality. And then I happen to be the emperor of all love, the real existence of the astrological tree of all space, of all beyond highest, all levels of space, beyond highest, quantum, mega, super, astrological, celestial, and celestial inner points of enlightenment, all stars or star clusters or astrology or constellations or sacred zodiac, the reason of love, space, gravity, lightning, sky, electricity, thunder, central robbery, all drill stones and elements. I'm of even the education of the teacher. I'm the one that made the conversation. So a person trying to get at me at a point of time in life, if they're having wrongful sex, if people are getting raped, murdered, dominatrix, sex, hateful sex, I would think certain things I would hear, but I'm not supposed, my children are supposed to make sure that that's not even around me all the time. So. And I don't hear things like that. That's like aggravating the reason of the existence of their consciousness. That means that person went a little too far and I'm recovering. I'm the real reason of the real love. And then my wife would even let you know. So what type of person do you have around you that would make me hear things like that? That doesn't make no sense, huh? Now, I make sense, RAlPH, but another person, somewhere else. This is the real RAlPH, right here. And it's right here. like having people whisper in another room telling my wife, oh, you love and care for her, that you would never hurt her, and you just want to know the truth. And then on top of it, she tells you where I am, and then you have people whispering like you couldn't handle the situation. And then it's like a person that wants magic a certain type of way that's causing certain realities that wants magic a certain type of way. You got to be careful about that. You know, I'm the real situation. I naturally have what I need without individuals a certain type of way. So it's just like, I don't even want to say nothing about certain things. It's just me being humble. Now, another person wants to do a funny type of situations. You know, I don't know who's trying to manipulate my wife for magic that just wants to cause confusion in her reality, because when she tells a person no, she'll tell me, RAlPH, yes, but when she tells another person no, you know, I hope the family knows the difference. Because, you know, if you have people that's already trying to manipulate, that was trying to do funny things, and then it's just like a person causing a certain reality a certain type of way. My wife can't tell me nothing a certain type of way. My wife said, why are you saying that? If Donto ever dressed up in life because of a situation of an individual a certain type of way, if Donto was ever dressed up and then did things concerning people's acknowledgement a certain type of way, and then it's just like having a celestial empress that, say for instance, the celestial empress, a certain celestial empress was called a certain time, and then she would be somewhere else. What is she doing somewhere else? Who's she entertaining? Or a man been trying to, it's like the space empress telling an individual, a man been trying to get love all his life so he can recover and be okay, and then you have some dumb hoe bitch at a point that done been so irritated that they done shot the reason of her existence, of her love, they've caused them to even want to shoot Donto having a headache. Then it caused my wife Donto a certain type of way because Donto has to be deprivated to know how real her situation is. Then on top of it, Donto on top of it would wonder, my other wife would wonder, you know, to give a man love, and then my wife that's supposed to give me love, that's supposed to give me a natural love, that's supposed to be lovely in life, it is over there hiding and Donto getting shot because of her stupidity. I gotta be something else, you know, because, you know, I don't know why a person would do something stupid like that. That's a person that never really, hey, if something happened a certain type of way that I just didn't find out about a certain type of way yet, then, you know, I guess when I'm supposed to know, I'll know. Until then, I just don't say that. Yeah, my wife wouldn't came up with the explanation with me for no reason through paradigm of time, speaking about whole bitches. Oh, you know, oh shit. And then another person thinking my wife doesn't need a reason for an embarrassment at a time with certain individuals. So she just, I don't even want to say that. Anyway, man, I'm going to enjoy my meal. Good to see you. And you know, it's just like Andre Peters and Jamie, whatever her name was, Jamie, whatever, Jamie Roxanne, whatever her name, whatever her name was, that wasted individual's time for no reason. That person said, "Why? Huh? I don't gotta tell you who tried to kill Scar. I don't even gotta tell you who tried to kill that nigga Scar. So, you know, you'll figure it out sooner or later. I don't need to hear about foolish, unnecessary beef with other individuals that did stupid things to other people and tried to, you know, I didn't it's just like people that went after pre-prime trends tactically before. If they did it one way, how many times in physical they're gonna try? I don't know I don't know nothing about my wife's babysitters, okay? I don't know where she got those babysitters from. It's like calling a Scorpion, asking them, "What's up with y'all, man? You just you some hollow box niggas or something? You some hollow box niggas that do some old next stupid shit somewhere else?" Probably, I don't know. I don't get into the situation, but yeah, have a wonderful day, man. I'm not a man of stupidity. The difference. Difference, bad man. The man them want to get personality. The man said, "Good looking girl. Yeah, you look so good, me want to get personal. Personal with you? Nah. On back it. Anyway, I don't want to say. Anyway, one love one. Let me go and do my love. And hold on. Before I do that, you can see where your homeboys try to lie to you and fuck up. I don't even give a fuck, man. Whatever you say, bro, it don't even matter to me, bro. Any other college student, with it. I don't think this will work. Yes, it will. We just say it back.